Hey everyone, this is Daizo Devon, and we're back to Hack and Shack, a series where I teach you how to use Lunar Magic and tips on what to do in level design and overrun design and all that sweet stuff. So anyway, last time I covered the introduction of Lunar Magic and plus the preparation of your ROM, which we won't do a lot of things until a little later. So yeah, basically have your Super Mario Road ROM here prepared. And no, I'm not going to tell you where to get these, as they are illegal. Well, as long as I don't link it, that is. Okay, it is illegal, but still. So, now we are going to open this with Lunar Magic, and I still didn't switch Lunar Magics to 2.3, which... Oh wait! I did! Wow, I'm smart. Or maybe it's like 2.32, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what's the latest one anymore, so... Where the heck am I looking at? I can just do this. Super Mario World. At least I hope it's the right. If not, I'll just transfer levels. So, we are here at the level design. Now, before you do anything, and this is one thing I recommend to you all, is to press Control-Delete. That way you get this warning sign that says, do you want to delete all objects, sprites, screen exits, and secondary entrances from this level? You click yes. So, you have a plain level, and if you really wanted to, you can just delete the background of it. Try to make something new of that, but, well, you know what, actually, no, never mind, I'll cover that a little later. So, this is pretty much the basics on how to pretty much use most of everything up here. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the details just yet. So, we have over here an Add Objects window, which is basically your main window to use any tile in the game, or at least all the main tiles in the game. You can actually access all of them using the direct Mach 16 access, which I won't go into in this episode, but I will cover Mach 16 later on. So, my personal recommendation before you start is to basically, okay, first I have to teach you how to... Okay, so you click on some random tile. I suggest using this. And then you make sure that you have this opened, and then you right-click over here. That way you get a mysterious object that is in reversed colors. And then when you just click on the level itself, it will go back to normal. So you can stretch it, but you cannot really stretch these tiles from the standard objects, more from a screen. But well, you know, actually, I'll go ahead and tell you this. Mach 16 page 1, you actually can do this, but you have to click on every single tile. It's pretty much bogus, you should say. So we're just gonna stick with the standard objects for now. Which there are a lot of things here, like munchers. Now, before I continue, do not stack munchers like this. It looks ugly. A lot of people would hate you. All that, so I just suggest you just stretch it this way and never ever this way. At all. So yeah, this is the object that hurts you. But, that's kind of a no duh. However, funny thing with the muncher is that it's an object, not a sprite. So that means you can have infinite these, unlike what I'm going to tell you in the next part. at least the next thing I shall talk to you about. So, in order to switch from layer 1, I'm not gonna cover layer 2, but layer 2 is basically another level within a level. Like, you can place objects in the background, but that's a little complicated, so I'm just going to keep this simple. So, in order to... If you try to paste sprites on here, you'll only get the last one from this object. If you want to switch to sprites, you have to move the object editing mode to the sprite editing mode so that you can add sprites. Now, now you might be thinking, oh, now I'm going to make a challenging level by spreading a whole bunch of Koopas. Whee! And no, that doesn't work that way. You can do that with a certain patch, but for one, that patch is really kinda... I mean, it works, it just... well, it's SA1. Never mind. I'll talk about that in another episode, I guess. But yeah, that's how you paste sprites. And here's all the sprites used in level 105, aka the first level in the entire game. Well, technically one of 3 levels in the entire game. Yoshi's Island 1. So, if you go to a tile-specific sprites, you'll see all the more complex sprites that you choose, like the cannon top, like carrot top lift. I don't know why they chose carrot top lip. I guess the joke here is that the platform is orange. I don't know, something like that. But you can basically choose any sprites, but keep in mind that you will encounter some problems if you don't have the correct settings, which I guess I'll go over that now. If you want to place bullet bills, you have to make sure, or any really big sprites, you have to make sure you know what sprite command it is. So for example, it's 9F, and when you go to open properties in Sprite Header, you will notice, well, okay, I guess. Oh yeah, okay. So you will notice that 9F is right over here, but I wasn't supposed to show you yet. But keep in mind that big sprites are limited to those single modes over here, like 04 is used for bullet bills, and what is 60 anyway? 60 no matches. Oh, it's for the flat green switch. I don't see why it needs its own slot, but okay. And like I said, if you unclick this, you'll get a bunch of garbage sprites. Like, this would be pokey and the wrong graphics. It's kind of hilarious if you want to make a joke hack, but I don't recommend it. Oh, and I'll tell you this thing later. It's gonna be used eventually, but what I did to spawn this window is press Control, but you don't need that right now. You just want to focus on adding sprites and objects. So, anyway, this is the standard objects. These are the tile-specific, or tile-set-specific objects, which means only these graphics will contain these, and to make it look right. So, for example, this will only be used in this graphics set, I guess. Okay, I'm making level 105 again. Don't do that either. Don't just, like, delete them and make the same thing. Or remake it. I might as well tell you about red switches and blue switches. Well, in case you didn't play Super Mario World, these switches are only standable if certain switches from the overworld is pressed. Like, say I press the blue switch, now these blocks will appear and will either unlock secrets or show you secret or help you out. Like, for example, you could literally skip the entire level if you get the blue switch. So I wouldn't recommend it, or otherwise people would just be lazy. Of course, it's a little bit relevant if it's in the first level, because you'll never go back anyway unless there's like a moon up there or something. Oh yeah, speaking of moons, are another object thing that acts like a sprite. And to show you, power-ups are available in sprites. These are your power-ups: mushroom, flower, star, feather, 1-up. Then there's a similar mushroom-looking block, but it's actually the changing item from this block right over here. You can get it from right over here as well. So basically how the translucent blocks are set up is like this. But yeah, that's basically how you add objects and all that. Sorry, I'm not gonna tell you every single detail about Super Mario World. You should play that game first before you hack the game. Otherwise, you'll probably end up like me, playing Yoshi's Island for the first time in a hack, and get your butt kicked. How much time do I have? Oh yeah, only 12 minutes, okay. Wow, 12 minutes! Sheesh, I gotta hurry up, I got a whole bunch of stuff to do! Like, right over here. Oh yeah, no previews for you, because I'm still doing stuff. I guess I shall tell you how to change the level setting itself. Graphical-wise, is that what? Okay, 1 second. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do next, so... Oops. Ignore that. How to, change the foreground tiles itself, like... pretty much every single setting to, for example, a cave. Caves are cool, right? You open the change graphics in header, which is the blue poison mushroom, and you change these settings over here. Like, for example, you want either Underground 1, Underground 2, or Underground 3, although I recommend the first two. I'm going to go to Underground 1 and show you what happens. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how to change the sprites as well. Like, sprites also have their own title sets. Yeah, why not? Castles and underground. Gee, I wonder where... Yeah. Now, this is what happens to the graphics. They have ugly palettes, they're disgusting, looks like puke. And, oh god, look at the background. Ugh. Now, here's how you fix the background if you want to change this into a underground level. So, you save the level, you go up until you find a background that looks underground-ish. I mean, if it doesn't look underground, you probably look at the wrong one. Same goes with castles and forests, etc. So, we know that this level is level 109, so go backwards. Then you click on the background editor. I think you click on, you click on the leaf tile over here, and then you change that to the level that you just saw that black background from. I said background, not black background. Why would you want a black background? Okay, anyway, off topic. 109 is the underground. And there you go. Along with the neat palettes and everything, but there's one problem. The ground is still puke. Horrible, it's disgusting. Like, sure, it works, but, you know, it looks ugly, don't you think? Like, sheesh. Alright, anyway. So, you're obviously going to choose a better palette than this. So, how you do this is you click on the palette editor. By the way, this is the glorious palette editor. It's so glorious! Excuse me. So glorious, isn't it? Along with all these pretty colors that are making the background or the foreground ugly as hell. Well, anyway, damn it, oops. So you gotta now that palette. You go to the foreground palette and then you change the options until it looks suitable. Like palette 1 and palette 2 look good. Let's see what else is there. Palette 3 looks decent. Palette 4, actually really cool. I might use that. This is a nice palette, and you might want to change the background palette if you want to use this. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense. 6 is a strange green palette that could work. Experiment. Oh God! Anyway. And palette 7 is this again. Now, I like palette 4, although if you want to change the background as well, there's only 2 options for this. Oh, oops. This is the back area palette. Oh. Go to a different level and show you that. But in the meantime... Ah! My God! You obviously don't want to use that. Background palette 1 is good. Ah! Jeez! This one's decent. Let's see what number 4 is. This looks a little weird. Unless you're going for space levels, I wouldn't recommend this at all. And here's the regular palette and numbers... etc. So I'm just gonna keep this one for now. But if you want ice palettes, I should suggest this one. BG palette 1. But I'm just gonna keep it to this and use palette 4 for the foreground. And obviously I don't want to start with slow photos. I'll go into more with level design. Like, what to do and what not to do. At least more of that later. I'm just showing you guys how to actually work the game program. But yeah, you also have bullet bills. You can even place Yoshi and just use them instantaneously. Now, next, you know, Mario kind of looks boring there. I mean, isn't there a way how to move? Oh yes! Unlike previous Lunar Magics, you can actually move the Mario Sprite! And you can also move the midway as well, and make it like a separate thing. Now, in the olden days of mankind, I'm just going to open this. This is how you can see each screen, so that in the olden days of Lunar Magic, everything used to be all like this. I mean, you can't really... Basically, you had to use this thing instead. without the second. So basically, you had to sort of do this, play around a bit for a bit, and just use trial and error all out. But with the new Lunar Magic, you don't need to do that anymore. And the midway point can now be separated. So you could kinda have a different level up here if you fail to hit the midway point over here that gets to a goal. Yeah. Or you can just, you know, have Mario super high up there, super low over here. And the best part is that in the old Lunar Magic you had to set up a bunch of these sort of thingies, which is the intentional precision. But who cares about that? You don't need to mess with those anymore. The screen would just automatically go to Mario now. You guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Sure. Okay. Now, we get to the final part, which is... we're going to the more advanced part of this now. Not this. Now, you see this red Super GFX bypass button? Well, you can actually add in a whole... you can mix in, like, 3 different, graphics. Or you can, like, swap, but anyway, more about this later, but... basically, what if you want some castle enemies, but some chucks? For example, instead of, you know, staying to this forever. Here's a solution how to do that. So, you look at castle over here, and you notice that, the chucks are in graphics 13. Okay, so you're gonna have to look at a bunch of things to look for the chucks. And as you can see in the forest, you get the chucks, but not the thwomps, which is bad. So what if you want thwomps and chucks? Well, basically, as you can see, that's the, I'm sorry, I'm kinda going way too ahead of myself. Basically, the first half of the graphics is separate to the other half. So, if you look at this with that logic, that means that the top graphics, or at least in the... okay, well, there's like 4 different graphics. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. And how you move this thing is basically pressing up and down. But yeah, this is SP1, SP2, SP3, and SP4. We're looking at SP4 and SP3 at the moment. So, as you can see, chucks are in SP13, and thwomps are in 03. How you mix them in? Well, we're going to ditch this thing now, and go automatically to the glorious Super GFX bypass. My favorite tool in the entire Lunar Magic, other than Layer 3 graphics. So you click on Enable Bypass of Standard FGVG Sprite GFX, and you this is the buzzsaws. What else was? Oh yeah, chain hanging Koopas, etc. And these are the thwomps. We just looked, and chucks are in SP13. So now, when you change it, as you can see, chucks and thwomps get to work together now in an underground stronghold. I guess you could call it a stronghold. But yes, this is the end of this episode. I don't know how well I did. It's like 25 minutes. Next time I'm going to go over the overworld, and I think afterwards I'm going to into the more... I'm going to go more into what I usually do and level design, at least vanilla level design. I'm more of like a chocolate level designer. And before I continue, chocolate and to those who haven't played Minecraft, actually to those who have played Minecraft, it's basically the same thing. Vanilla Minecraft is basically no mods, and in chocolate Minecraft, there's like a bunch of modifications to the game. It's kind of similar to this. Basically, this is vanilla, while in chocolate you get to like completely change the graphics and change the whole game pretty much. Like, change Mario to a different character, have like different graphics rather than everything available to Lunar Magic or to Super Mario World. It's basically awesome stuff, really. But chocolate is basically like anything that isn't truly related to Super Mario World, although sometimes it can mix well. And in vanilla, it's basically anything you can do in Lunar Magic at this point. Now, some people would argue that what I just showed you at the end over here is not vanilla. But when I see vanilla, it's just stuff that that just looks good in Lunar Magic. Or anything that can be done in Lunar Magic, which includes the new Layer 3 editor, which wasn't vanilla before, but now it is. And you can like swap chucks and swamps. But yeah, just getting that terminology in the way, there is something called Choconilla, or some people call it strawberry, or just Choconilla, something like that. Choconilla is basically a mix between vanilla Super Mario World and chocolate's design, like custom sprites along with standard Mario-ish enemies and foregrounds, and kind of like blending it together so that it works. But getting that terminology away, I think I've wasted all of you guys. This time enough. So until next time, folks. This is Daizo signing away. I think someone's gonna kill me for saying that. See you later.